Hello IP students. Today our topic is Python Pandas data frame, and this is Python Pandas data frame part 8. In this lecture we are going to discuss three functions, and these are pipe function, apply function and apply map function. There are many similarities between apply and apply map function, but there is little bit difference between apply and apply map functions. So we take basically two functions, pipe function as well as apply function. So first one is apply function, pipe function. So what is pipe function and what is it used for? In computer processing, a pipe is a technique of passing information of one program process to another. So that is the meaning of pipe, where one command or function output result is taken as the input for the second command or function. So output of one command whenever is considered as the input of for second command, that is implemented using pipe functions. So we can say that in basically pipe function, the output of first command is considered or is taken as a input for second command, and that is the role of pipe function. So there is a diagram here, and diagram here, first one is there is a block. In first block, command 1 executed, result of command 1, that is the box 1, and the result of that command is going to second box, which is in which it takes as an input, uh, and the input for command 2 taken from the result of command 1 and command 2 executed. So when after the execution of command 1, there is the output, and this output is considered as the input for command 2, and after that there is a final output here. Suppose there is an example. In this we can say that this is an example here, this is an example here. We can see that power sqrt n. So n is basically a number here, n is basically a number here, and any natural number, and sqrt is a function. We know that sqrt means the square root of a number, so it will take the square root of a given number, which we can say that which is n, and refers for any natural number. And after that we got finally a number. Suppose number is m, then there is a function again, power. Then this power function basically implement m comma 2 means m square, so it takes the power of m. So we can say that the input of the output of sqrtn is the input of power function. So which can be implemented using uh, pipe function. So this is the meaning of pipe function. Actually, pipe function, the piping of a function through pipe basically means the chaining of functions in the order they are executed. So basically pipe functions apply for chaining of functions in which output of first one is considered as the input for second one, and this chain is go one phase to another. This is a explanation of previous one example, power sqrt n2. So first of all, sqrt square root of n is calculated, and after that the whatever we get the output using sqrt n becomes the input of power function, and after that there is a power of 2. So let us check in another example. There is another example. This is the another example here, in which there are four functions apply here. So first one which will be executed is sqrt. So sqrt is implemented, and why it is implemented? Because we know that we know the rule of BODMAS, in which bracket is solved first. So inner bracket will be solved first. That's why sqrt n will be solved first, and so power as so sqrt n means square root of natural number. Any natural number or a given number will be calculated after the execution of that statement, and then we got finally a number. Suppose the number is m, and then there is a function, second function, which is power function. then m power 2 will be calculated, because power functions in bracket two parameters are given, two arguments are given, and that are m and 2. So m power 2 will be calculated after the execution of power statement or command, and then after div function will be executed, which refers for division. Whatever we get, the output is divided by 3, because there are two argument or parameters passed within division parameter and within division functions, and these are um, output of power function and 3. So it divides the output by 3, and after that we got again a number, and finally add function will be executed, and last add function will be executed, and it add value of 100 to the output given by previous one, that is division. So actually it is a chain, and the role of chaining of functions or command in which output of previous command becomes the input of second next command is actually the work of pipe function. So there is a note here. The piping of function through pipe basically means the chaining of functions in the order they are executed. So we can say that piping basically, or pipe function, um, used for chaining of functions. So when we want to make a chain of different functions such that the output of one function will become the input of second function, then we use pipe function. That's why it is called the pipe. Next is there is again an example here, and this example is solved in two different ways, or there is a two different representation of this example. First one basically is a common representation here, and second one is using pipe function. So we discussed this type of function already, but here let us take this example. In this example, first of all, as we know that according to BODMAS rules, SQRT will be solved, so that's why this rule SQRT will be solved in after the execution of that statement. And after that, whatever we get the output, actually the numbers are given above this line, and these number basically represent the order of the execution of different commands or functions. So the first command or function which will be executed is sqrt, and after that power, and then division div, and after that add. So this is the order, 1 2 3 4. So that is the order, and power is again 3. So basically after the execution of sqrt, so whatever we get the output after the execution of that statement, there is a power of 2, and after that we get an output, and that output becomes the input of div, and finally after div we get output, then it becomes the input of for add function, and finally add 10 100 will be added. So this is a mathematical representation here, and in which we can easily see that what is the order of different functions or command using BODMAS rule. But when we apply using pipe function, or basically apply in Python pandas, then the syntax or the functionality is written in terms of pipe function like this way. So first of all, df is the name of data frame, and then we apply pipe function. As we know that sqrt function implemented first, so that's why we take sqrt first here, and sqrt implemented first, that's why that is an arrow which represent that, the execution of the statement. And after that second, because output of first play a role of input for second, then after second, and then after third, and then after fourth. So this is the procedure. And for parameters, that is a syntax of pipe function. First of all, name of data frame. In this case, in previous example, the name of data frame is df, and after that pipe function, which is pipe, and then name of function, and then after argument, which may be optional. So this is an example. Now there is another example of pipe function. Here we take a data frame and take the practical implementation of Python function. So here, this is our data frame. Let us check this data frame. This is our data frame here, in which 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019 are name of the columns. QTR1, QTR2, QTR3, QTR4 are the name of rows or index values, and the name of data frame is sal underscore df, sal underscore df. So this is the name of data frame, sal underscore df. And interestingly, there are some values which are represented by nan. Nan means not a number, because there is no number for these cells, that's why nan is there. Now it is a data frame, and the data frame is represented by saldf, saldf. And now we want to apply pipe function. So we can easily understand the concept of pipe function. Here this is an example. np, as we know, that refers for numpy, and numpy, it is alternative name given to Python library. So that's why np is here. np is here. And then there is a function multiply, so it basically multiply. And then saldf, it is actually a name of data frame. And then and then there is a function add. So there is a function add, and add self underscore df dot add 30, and then 3. So this is a function. So as we know that according to the rule of BODMAS, bracket solve first, so that's why add functions will be solved first, and after that multiply function will be solved. And there is no pipe function at all. So first of all, what happens in this data frame, first work is that 30, first work which is to be done in this case is that 30 is added to each and every element, or for sal underscore df, which is the name of data frame. And after that there is a multiplication of 3 when we get the output after execution of self underscore df dot add 30. So this is a chain here, that's why we got these elements here. You can check this, that first value is after the execution of this statement, QTR1 and 2060 is 1,03,590 is the value, and the actual value for cell underscore DF in against QTR1 in 2016 is 34,500. So add 30 to 34,500, it becomes 34,530, and multiply then by 3, we get 10,000, 1,03,590. So in this manner we get this output. This is the actual value, and that is the output after execution of that statement. The important point is, um, when pipe function play a role, then the syntax looks like this. It means that first of all, first function, that is pipe. In pipe we write np dot at. Np is a name of numpy, alternative name of numpy, then add, then 30, and then dot pipe again. So basically it is a simple method, or using pipe function we can easily guess that what is the output and what is the next output when there is a chain of commands. So because when there is a chain of commands, or there are more than one commands, then output of first command becomes the input of second command. So that is the role of np here. Now I think it is clear to all of you. Now pause the video here and write the data frame in a copy, and then after check the functionality of both, whether they are same or not. You can actually find out the output, and after that I think the concept will be quite clear to all of you, that what is the role of pipe function. So in mathematics we apply Bodmas rule, and in pipe function we apply the chain of commands, in which output of first command becomes the input for second command. And so this is the final output. And now there is another example 2 here. So it basically, example 2, functions add followed by multiply followed by sqrt and floor applied on a data frame. So there is a chain of commands here. Again there is a data frame here, and the data frame is this is the original data frame name SALDF, in which columns are 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019. Rows are QTR1, QTR2, QTR3, and QTR4. And after that there is a series of commands here without using pipe function. Here, so here there is a series of commands, and when we use pipe functions we can give a command in this manner. So in this example we can see that first command which will be executed is add. After that wait a minute. After that multiply, and then after sqrt, and then after floor operation. So using pipe command we can write it as saldf dot pipe, and then multiply here, add first, then multiply, then sqrt, and then after floor. So there are two representation. First one is mathematical representation, and second is one is using pipe function. And pipe function is very easy to implement, because using pipe function we can easily guess that what is the input and what is the output after the execution of that statement, because pipe function basically contain a series of command in which the output of first command becomes the input for second commands, and this process is going on for other commands also. For example, if there are 10 commands, and these commands will be executed in a series or in a sequence using pipe function, and when we start it from 1 to 10, then output of 1 becomes the input for second, and output of second becomes the input of third, and this process is going on until we can reach the reach up to 10th commands, and whatever be the output after execution of 10th command will be the final answer. So that is the basic role of pipe function. Now this is all about pipe function. You can apply practically, and there are one more discussion, and the discussion is about apply and apply map function. So there are two functions, apply and apply map functions. Functionality of apply and apply map function is very much similar, but there is only a few difference between apply and apply map function. Basically, apply is a series function, so it applies the given function to one row or one column of the data frame, as a single row column of a data frame is equivalent to a series. As we know that data frame consists of rows as well as columns, so when we apply any function using apply function, then this function is basically work on particular row or a particular column, not even a single value for a row or for a column. That is the role of apply function. And when we use apply map function, then apply map function is the element function. Basic important point is it is the element function, so it applies the given function to each individual element separately without taking into account other elements. So basically apply map function works on element, each and every element. So it may be asked in your examination that what is the difference between apply and apply map function. Actually, in our last lecture we discussed the certain difference between reindex and, I think, difference. There's a In our last lecture we discussed the difference between pivot and pivot table functions. So it is important also, apply and apply map function is also important. So maybe possible that out of these at least one will be asked in our examination, so be prepared for that with example and with definition. You should be very clear that what is the difference between apply and apply map function, and what is the difference between pivot table and pivot function and pivot table functions. And now we discuss only apply and apply map function. So in one line we can say that apply function is a series function, on apply map function is the element function. And when we illustrate these terms, that apply function is basically work on a row or on a column, while apply map function work on each and every element of a data frame. Both work on a data frame, but apply map function work on a particular row, on a particular column, while apply map function work on each and every element of our data frame. So that is the basic difference of apply map function. One more thing, by default access apply map function, when I told you that apply function works on each and every column, and apply map function works on each and every element, then by default apply function select axis 0. So axis 0 is by default when we apply function, and when we don't mention any axis. So axis z works on axis 0 when apply function is implemented. So that is the here the syntax of apply function. Now parameters. parameters of this. So first one is function name and second one is access. Function name, so the function is to be applied. Function name basically is to the is a function to be applied on the series inside the data frame, that is on rows and columns. It should be a function that works with a series and similar object, and access is 0 or 1 and default is 0. So that is all about this. And function name is a function. Next is, there is a data frame here named sal underscore df, and in this data frame there are certain rows and columns. Name of columns are 2016, 2017, 2018 and 2019. Name of rows are qtr1, qtr2, qtr3 and qtr4. Value against these are qtr1 and 2016 are 34,500, and for others, this is there are also a value. Interestingly, there are nan appears here. Nan means not a number. So now if we want to apply functions, and there is a function again, apply function, and the first example related to apply function and second function related to apply map function. So this is a this is the output after we apply function. So np dot mean, as we know that np refers for numpy, and mean is a function related to numpy library. Apply, the statement is sal underscore df dot apply np dot mean. Sal underscore df dot apply np dot mean, and as I told you that np is, sorry, apply function works on a row or on a column, not each and every element, while apply map function work on each and every element of a data frame. So there are four columns. These are 2016, 2017, 2018 and 2019. So after apply map function, and there is a function name mean is passed here with an apply map function. So that's why mean of all values for 2016, for 2017, for 2018 and 2019 year will be calculated after the execution of that statement. And why this is implemented? So this is implemented so because access is 0 by default, as I told you earlier. And for apply map function, there is a mean of each and every element. So when we take the mean of a single value, that doesn't mean any sense. Actually it gives the same output as the input, because the mean of a single value is that value itself. That's why after apply map function, we get the same result as the original data frame, that is sal underscore df. So this is the functionality of apply and apply map function. Again, I told you that apply function basically work on a single row or on a single column at a time, while apply map function works on each and every element of a data frame. So that is the difference. Now there is another example here. There is another example here, and there is a data frame saldf. Again saldf is there, and the columns names are again 2016, 2017, 2018 and 2019, and rows are qtr1, qtr2, qtr3 and qtr4. So when we take the mean individual used for mean of individual difference. So there are basically 12 values, and when we apply map functions, so mean of 12 values will be calculated. Mean of 12 values will be calculated when we apply map function. And second one is another example. When we apply function, so basically actually it is the just explanation of the previous example. So four values of columns, these are the four values of a column, these are the four values of two columns 2017, four values of 2018, and four values of 2018. And when we apply function, then mean of these four values of a single column will be calculated. Actually it will be calculated for each and every column, whether it is 2016, 2017, 2018, and 2019. Now if we want to calculate mean along axis 1, then it is also possible. So here qtr1, qtr2, qtr3, qtr4 is the name appears because we apply here axis is equal to 1. That's why there are no representation of data in terms of years 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, or we can say that it is just opposite to that of the axis 0. In axis 0 columns names are appear, in axis 1 rows names are appear, and values again are calculated. Actually mean is calculated against these rows. So it is row wise implementation. Row wise implementation means axis 1. Actually when we write axis 1 it means row wise implementation, and when we write axis 0 it means column wise implementation. So it is a very important term. Row axis 1 means row wise implementation, and axis 0 means column wise implementation. So that is the difference between apply and apply by function. Now there is another example again. So the data frame is same as that of previous one, but the function apply here sum. Actually it is cumulative sum, and in cumulative sum that we know that it is a sum in which addition of previous term is to be added to that term. For example, if we add a series 1 2 3, then sum up to two terms cumulative sum is 1 plus 2, that means 3, and sum of cumulative sum of three terms up to three terms is 1 plus 2 plus 3, it means it is 6. So here this calculate actually cumulative sum, and again apply and apply map functions both are applied. And as we know that apply map function apply basically each and every element. So in here actual database remains same, and in this database actual data frame will change, and in this in apply function data frame there is a certain value which will be changed because cumulative sum is to be calculated here. So that is the difference between apply and apply map functions. Pause this video again here and calculate cumulative sum, and using apply and apply map function you can easily find out the difference between apply and apply map function. So this is all about pipe and apply map function. I hope you enjoy this video. Goodbye.